The first sequence is kind of I call it the drill sequence, which is, it's very early in the movie, and someone pulls the bell. William Hurt's character pulls the bell, the drill bell, and everyone stops what they're doing, and they all go into their houses and go into these underground rooms and close the doors, and they all just sit in the darkness in these crawl spaces and wait until the bell rings again, and then they come out. Now, the reason I cut this from the movie is because I found it a little bit taxing to watch when you didn't know the characters, when it was so much that you didn't understand early in the movie, and you wanted so much to get to kind of the main characters as fast as you can. This scene that I'm going to show you was a big deal to cut out of the movie. It was just a big deal, and this was the one that kind of hung on for the longest time. And it's a very kind of poignant moment where August Nicholson, played by Brendan Gleeson, tells the story of his brother's death at the hands of the creatures to Adrien Brody, who plays Noah, and to Joaquin Phoenix, who plays Lucius. And it's a very kind of, it's a ghost story. He tells these guys a ghost story, and you kind of hear these sound effects and as he's telling the story, and it's just a very moving moment for August's character. He's trying to warn Lucius not to go into the forest.
I brought you here to tell you a story. It is one I do not like telling. It is of my brother, and the day he met those we don't speak of. We were walking together. This is long ago. My brother was a marvelous teller of jokes. He told me one that day. Sometimes wondered if I hadn't laughed so loudly would they have heard us, but as such they did. At the very first sounds of their movement behind us, he sensed the danger. He took hold of me, whispered me to move with haste. He ran one direction, I the other. They caught him fast. I heard their breathing. It was a dreadful sound. They moved with long strides, great speed. They did not come after me. I don't know why. Simple chance, I suppose. He raised a stick, but they were on him. He screamed as their savagery struck him. I ran until I could hear his cries no longer. I never once turned back. This is not meant to frighten you, Lucius. It is to inform you. You do not have thoughts in the story I've told you.
I do, sir.
Splendid. Well, what are they?
You should not have raised a stick.
It's a good story. Good story. No, no. It is not a good story.
And the reason that it eventually went was I felt that there were too many warnings to stop him, you know, too many adults trying to stop him. And ultimately, at the end of the movie, I didn't feel that August's character lost anything momentous from losing this moment. But it was a really hard one to lose because I know this is one of favorite scenes for Roger Deakins, the cinematographer, because it's so beautifully lit by candlelight and lamplight, I mean. And I just, you know, it's one of those that it hurts you to lose it because of the beauty of the execution of it from all the people that did it. These two scenes that I'm going to show you now are prior to the wedding sequence in the movie, and they were two lighter scenes in the movie, which I'm sad are gone because I wanted to have more lightness before we got, you know, really heavy and dark and emotional. And one involved Noah's character, and they're putting up the decorations in the wedding canopy, and Noah cuts one of them down.
No.
The following scene is Ivy going to Resting Rock and scolding Lucius for not talking to her. And the way I shot it, which was really aggressive and it turned out to be too aggressive, is I cut off her head during this shot. So you just see her torso and really her shoulders come up to him and just yell at him, and he's just sheepishly looking up.
I know you have been ignoring me. It is the day of my sister's wedding, and I am beginning to believe you would let the day pass without saying a word to me. Perhaps you sensed I was angry when you revealed you'd crossed into the woods. In fact, I was. If you want to act foolish, that is your choice. But I do not find any reason to risk such dangers in the woods for anything. It was wrong. I say this as your friend. Because friends may say anything to each other. I'm glad we've had a chance to talk. Kitty needs help getting ready. Enjoy your biscuit.
In the end, you know, neither were in the naturalism of the movie, and so they ultimately got jettisoned because of their personalities. The last of the deleted scenes, it was a scene that I can't believe is not in the movie from when I was writing it, because it seemed like such a climactic moment that it seemed inconceivable that it wouldn't be in the movie. But basically, this is a moment after when she's in the woods and after all that tension and all that stuff happens, one more thing happens. it's very dramatic, but I found that at that moment in the movie, I didn't want to be thinking about that thing. I didn't want to be thinking about the bizarreness of it all and how twisted everything was. I really wanted to get back onto this kind of emotional, rails and get back to the very important story about Lucius and Ivy.